Window 1 Fox, take 1.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Neutral Zone Unmasked. We have quite a number of things to go over with you tonight. We have a real special guest that we're going to introduce in just a minute. And you know who he is, but we'll introduce him in just a few seconds. And what we would like to do is encourage you again, if you have questions on Facebook, you can put your questions on Facebook. We may not have time to get to them today, but Jens has said that he would follow up with people if you do have questions. We'd also encourage you to stay with us after our interview because we have some special things to go over with you as well. So let us show you a little bit. Ashley, all you, we're going to just show you a few images of Jens Dombek before we introduce him. Possibly. So you know that Jens is known as the German Spock. We're going to talk to him about how he became Spock, what motivates him to be Spock, and some very fascinating things that I think you'll find interesting about adventures he's had as Spock. So everyone, please welcome Jens Dombek.
Hello, Captain. No, currently I have no time. Yeah, in the Neutral Zone studios. Yes, Spock out. Hello, Ray, and hello, everyone. Thank you for having me, and thanks to the technology that it is possible, I'm really happy to be here.
And it's a pleasure to have you, Jens. Just for the people who are watching and listening, right now, Jens is in Germany.
Yes.
So for us, it may be 8 p.m. or 5 p.m., but for Jens, it's 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yes.
So we want to thank you, Jens, for staying awake all this time.
Yeah, I'm a little bit tired, but it's okay.
Okay.
It's a pleasure.
Great. So Jens, let me start by asking you, when did you start portraying Spock?
Wow. Since my earliest childhood, I'm a big fan of Star Trek, and from the first moment on, I was fascinated by the character of Spock, and I want to be like him, and I continue to be today. Yeah, I use every event to appear disguised as a Vulcan and approve my appearance. I learned the Vulcan salad and built ears with paper, a metal communicator, wood phaser, tricorder, and yeah, my grandma served me the uniform, and all the time I played Star Trek with friends, and I'm always the Spock. Yeah. But my first phaser was an hairdryer, where I cut the cable, and my parents, yeah, they were not happy about this. Yeah, nice story.
Wonderful, wonderful. So how did you start? How did you come up with the makeup? How did you come up with the look, the costume?
In fact, it started in 2014 on the destination Star Trek in Germany, where I was seriously confused with my idol Leonard Nimoy, and then I realized that the similarity seems extreme to many people, and you know your own face and always recognize yourself. no matter how much you are made up. The first interviews and fan films and invitation to events also for charity followed, and I like to provide my character and impersonation for a good cause, and so it took its course. In the meantime, I'm also the German voice of Spock and from New Voyager, so how do you think? And it goes on with it, yeah. It is phase 2, the next one. Then worldwide bookings to Canada, England, Costa Rica, to a wonderful Star Trek event that should take place in 2020. But unfortunately, there is this virus and that affects us all. And also in Germany, there is not normal situation now. A lot of things stand still. Yeah.
Yes, it's affected everyone. And so we want to thank you again for coming with us and letting people meet you here. So you should know that there are a number of people online and they're all saying hello.
Hello. Hello.
And they think you look wonderful.
Thank you.
You should know that.
Okay.
So when you became Spock for the first time, where did you go?
Yeah, it was the first time, the first convention, big convention was the destination Star Trek in Germany. And I remember it was in Frankfurt, and I was surprised with so many great Star Trek cosplayers of all series, and I was absolutely fascinating. Just was so wonderful to me, and yeah, that's it.
That's wonderful. Someone just asked a question, not to be answered, but they would like to know if you could ask Dr. McCoy to cure this virus.
Yes, please. Please.
Yes, please. So you just mentioned conventions. Have you been to many conventions as Spock?
As Spock, only as Spock, not as Jens, never, never. How many conventions?
How many conventions, and if you have any stories about meeting people?
I can't count how many people, how many conventions I was there. So much since 2014. Every year, a lot of conventions. Yeah, small and big conventions, from Comic Cons to FatCon, Destination Star Trek, and a little more for charity and children. Yeah, a lot of conventions. And yeah, I have meet a lot of wonderful actors. Yeah, and last year was my year, I think. Yeah, because I was booked to the Vulcan in Vulcan, Alberta, Canada. There were the great Tracy Coco. I love you, Tracy. And the beautiful Mary Cheffo and from Discovery, and the legend Bobby Clark, the original Gorn. Yeah, and oh my, we had together wonderful 2 days on this convention, and I will never forget. Yeah. And also the Canadians, the fans, and the team of the Star Trek, the Trek station there, are so friendly and absolutely nice. I have found friends for life. Yeah, and yeah.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. When you go to conventions, are you Jens or are you Spock?
Only Spock. Only Spock. I never as I'm a business computer scientist, and in normal life, and the most colleagues and friends know me as Jens. And honestly, I have a normal life, and I go shopping and make sport as Jens, not as Spock. Yeah. Sometimes I think about a new passport, a Vulcan passport. That would be easier. Yeah.
No, we just need transporters. That's all we need.
Yeah. Transporter, good way.
So let's talk about you and Star Trek. What is it? What does Star Trek mean to you, and what inspires you about Star Trek?
With the visions of Gene Roddenberry, I get the entrance to another world. And Star Trek has closed a gap in my life, and I love the loud and the fantasies of and unrealistic and close thought of this genius. Dive and use it as a mirror of my existence. Yeah? Everything seems possible, and it means more than science fiction to me. Star Trek is a kind of anchor of hope or a philosophy of life. And yeah, if followed, would prevent many injustices on this planet. It fills me with pride not to have lost the thought to this day, and I look forward to what is to come. Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. There are a few people who have said that your video, I assume they're talking about I Am Spock, was perfect. In America, we would say you nailed it, which means you nailed it. Nail. Okay. But that means that you're a perfect Spock. So a lot of people are mentioning that. And if you haven't seen it, it's called I Am Spock, and it is Jens, and you should watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I have a lot of support from friends in the US, from Mike Longo. He's also creative like me, and David Chang, and the music is from Alan Mullen, the composer, and Gary A. Brown. He helped us. Then my son was a Kirk in this video, and yeah. Tuano Cherry, he creates sounds of this video, and yeah, we had a lot of fun. Yeah, and yeah,
wonderful.
It will go on. The plan is the next video. Yeah,
that's wonderful. That's wonderful. We do have a question, which is I think an interesting question from Keith, and Keith would like to know: do you wish that you had met Leonard Nimoy?
To meet him, or what is the question?
The question is, do you wish you had met Leonard Nimoy?
Oh my, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it is not possible. It is not possible. Yes, absolutely.
So, staying with Star Trek, do you watch any other Star Trek, like The Next Generation or Picard?
Yeah. So yes, of course, I know everyone, and I like all ideas behind it, but I'm a Star Trek fan of the first hour, and I love the original series. This is and remains my favorite. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. So tell us how Star Trek has changed your life.
It's a little bit like Spock between two worlds. Yeah. If you look the current world view, I would rather be in 2200 and not in 2020. Star Trek is like a family to me, and there are moments when I actually feel more comfortable. Yeah, clearly Star Trek connects people, and I like it. Yeah.
I'm sorry I have not yet met you in person, but this is wonderful. You are perfect.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. What are your dreams? What's your biggest dream?
Currently, I very much hope that a life similar to that before this year is possible again, without deadly virus, and people who understand each other again and do not fight each other. The earth just comes to rest, yeah. And yeah, another dream is a big dream to be a Vulcan in a film, in a big film, yeah. Maybe right in the Neutral Zone studios. I don't know, because it feels like home, sir. Yeah, and another big wish would be to welcome Leonard Nimoy's family with a Vulcan salad. Yeah, that would mean a lot to me, because I never met him personally, And it's now more than 5 years since he left us. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. He's made such a difference in so many lives. And that's over 50 years ago when he started as Spock. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
We have a couple of questions that people are asking.
Okay.
Roman asks,
Ah,
I've never seen you without your makeup. Do you ever take your makeup off?
and this is good. This is good. Really, I had a stalker, a real stalker, and since this time, yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, it's very difficult.
So you get recognized a lot, I would assume, right? But when you have people who are really trying to find you.
Yeah, there are one guy, and yeah, it was very a problem.
Well, we don't want that.
Now
We
I can
don't
walk
want
the
that.
streets, I can see, and you will go far.
So that makes me ask a question. When you walk the street as Jens, not as Spock, when you go to work, do people recognize you?
No.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good for you, I guess.
Absolutely. I enjoy it. Yeah. Really, I enjoy this.
We have another question. Scott says, that's auxiliary control behind you. Is that a green screen, or do you have part of the bridge in your house?
Question. No, it's green screen. Yeah. I wish it was my home. Thank you for this question. Perfect.
Jens and I have also agreed on a little bit of a story. When he comes to visit the neutral zone, we're going to film him as Spock. Wow. And we have an idea. So we're going to bring Jens to Georgia at some point when the pandemic allows.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, this was so nice. Really fantastic.
Well, yeah. We are going to do it. We're going to get you here, no doubt. So what's your biggest dream? Would you like to go, either as Spock? Where would you like to take the character?
Yeah, I please ask again. I think we had this question.
So what's your biggest dream? Let's just leave it at that. What's your biggest dream?
Yeah, the Nimoy family. I will greet the Nimoy family with a Vulcan salute. This is one of my favorite, and yes, and again to play in a big movie as a Vulcan. Yeah, that's two reasons, big goals.
Another question online. Jefferson says, is it possible for you to turn your head so we can see your ear?
Yeah, this is possible. The left or the right?
You choose.
Okay, I will try this one. And I don't know if you see my ears. Can you see my ears?
Yes, we can see your ears.
Okay. Can you hear what I hear? No.
No.
Okay. I hope it's enough. Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier that you have a friend who makes the ears for you.
Yeah, Enrico Line. He has a latex company, and Transfer Maker is the name. You can find it on Facebook or Instagram. And yeah, he created for me my ears, and there was a print of my original ears, and then he formed it in the form Spock form, and yeah, he tried a lot of ears, and now they are perfect. Yeah, for me, perfect. And yeah, you can order ears or whatever in latex.
Well, he's doing a perfect job for you, Jens. He's doing
Absolutely.
a perfect job.
Yes,
So do you cosplay as anyone else, or are you just Spock?
I'm only Spock. but I'm a fan of Keanu Reeves and David Bowie, yeah? And both have similar features in the face shape. And I have it on my social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, and you can look at this. And I've done well. I find it's okay.
We have Gary Brown, who you know Gary.
Hi, Gary.
And he says that you sound more like a Vulcan than anyone else.
Really? Okay, thank you. But I'm sorry, I'm a human, and I must laugh or smile sometimes. Yeah. Yeah.
So another question, Topher, his name is, I would assume it's a man, but Topher says, would you like to play evil Spock from Mirror Mirror?
Yeah. I had a lot of pictures of evil Spock, and sometimes when I'm going to a convention, then as Spock and not as evil Spock, and I have a beard to glue to pull it, and it looks good. Yeah, it looks very good. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah.
There are several people who are also saying that we need to have you in a movie from the studio. So we want to do that at some point too.
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
A question for you. I know, it's late and I don't want to keep you too long. But I've seen you in different, I'm going to call them uniforms. So you were in like from Wrath of Khan and different things like that. Do you have a favorite uniform?
Oh, the favorite uniform is the original, the classic uniform. I love all uniforms, yeah, and I have a wonderful dressmaker, and she know my body and all what I have. She make it perfect, yeah, and yeah, this one is, I love it. I love this uniform, yeah.
Well, it definitely looks perfect. That's for sure.
Thank
That's
you.
for sure.
Your uniform is also cool.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Cool.
I'm not as cool as you though.
Oh, okay.
Scott asks a question. Is that, and he says it's a serious question. So he said, is that your haircut or are you wearing a wig?
Oh, no, it is not. It is not my haircut. I had it in the beginning. I had this haircut, and my boss means it is not possible in my job to have a Spock haircut. And this is a wig. Yeah, this is a wig. But I have brown hair and razor very short for the wig. And yeah.
We also have a few people that would like you to visit them in Brazil.
Brazil.
Yes.
They want me to Brazil?
Yes, they want you to go to Brazil.
Okay, not now.
Not now, but they want to meet you, and I think that's wonderful.
Yeah. Wow. Brazil. Cool. Yeah.
So I know it's late there, or maybe it's early there.
Yeah.
But is there anything that you would like to maybe say to the fans? Just a last thought?
Yeah. Yeah. Really. This one. So, yeah, finally, I want to say that the Neutral Zone Studios is a wonderful place for fans and filmmakers, and I want to see it live long. Yeah? And so I believe any contribution to help with rent and maintenance or of the studio would be a logical choice. And yeah, that's
Well,
it.
thank you for that. I appreciate
Yeah.
you saying that. And we want to be there. We want to live long and prosper.
Yeah.
Right.
Live long.
And we want to be there for you to be able to visit us and maybe to actually walk through the Enterprise.
Yeah, fantastic. I hope next year we can meet each other and see us in person. Yeah, and thank you so much. Stay healthy and live long and prosper.
By
Thank
the
you,
way,
Jen.
I
Yes.
did find the mirror version versus a normal version of him.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna put it up on the screen.
Okay. Yeah, you have it or? Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But this beard is not real.
It's a pretty good look.
Yeah.
That's
But
terrific.
Yeah, but this uniform is also from my dressmaker. It fits absolutely perfect. Yeah, to me.
It's beautiful. You look perfect. You are Spock.
Okay, thank you. And you are Ray.
We definitely need to get him and Charles Gordon together on the set.
Yes, we have a person who looks like Scotty.
Ah, it's Charles. I know.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great guy. Hi, Charles. If you look, hi. Yeah.
Terrific. Terrific. Well, Jens, we want to thank you again for spending some time with us. We'd love to have you
Hey,
back at some point.
yeah. It's a pleasure. Yeah, my pleasure. Absolutely. I was just so happy to be a little part in your show and view in your studio, and I like it.
Thank you. Last question, which a few people have asked is,
Okay.
could you, as you leave us, could you say live long and prosper?
In English or in Deutsch? In German?
Let's do it in German.
Yeah, two times in German and English?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. German. Lebe lang und in Frieden, and live long and prosper.
Thank you so much, Jens. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, and thanks your team, and thank you for watching all the people outside out there. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you too. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Jens Dombek. And again, thank you, Jens, for being with us. So a couple of things. I think it would be proper, especially in the light of what's going on in 2020 and the loss of a lot of people this year, that we just mentioned that Chadwick Boseman, a wonderful actor who never let his fans know that he was ill, passed surprisingly to us, but he'd been suffering from cancer for a number of years. And his screen credits will live on as the Black Panther. I certainly loved him as Jackie Robinson. And we just thought it would be proper to at least mention him in passing. So, Godspeed wherever you are, Chadwick, and you've given us a lot of enjoyment, and we wish you well. Thank you. I just want to also pass along one line that I heard yesterday, and it was on a TV show. It was actually on. I can't think of the show that it was on, but they were interviewing a contestant after they were done and asked how they were dealing with the pandemic in light of social distancing, being apart from your family, and the fact that sometimes we end up getting in a very dark place. And this is the most appropriate answer I think I've ever heard to that. And the person said, if you can't find the light, be the light. And I think that's a very, really an apropos statement, because we all have friends who are suffering. We may all know, I know someone who suffered from COVID and was in a coma for 7 weeks. So it's just something to think about. Even though we know it's dark, there are people that can use our help, and we should give ourselves of that. So, just something to pass along. So let's get to several videos if we can. They're all short, but the first one came to us from Gary Brown. And Gary sent us a video, which is a tribute to Star Trek Continues. And that's very appropriate considering that we are sort of the legacy and part of a studio. So we're going to let that play.
Captain's log. This will be my final entry. So end the voyages of the Starship Enterprise under my command. During its 5-year mission, we explored strange new worlds. We found new life, new civilizations. And we boldly went where no man has gone before.
It was terrific, Gary. Real tribute to Star Trek Continues. We do have another video we'd like to play. And, we all know that Star Trek Continues is the studio legacy, but there are about 40 other films that were produced there, fan films. And you're looking at part of our staff who have been involved in many of them. Dan Scanlon has been there probably since very early on. And Larry Fleming has been in many that he's done either as a character or some of his own. So we'd like to play a short video for you highlighting some of the other fan films that have been filmed at Neutral Zone Studio. So for those of you who are still with us, you could see that we're an active film studio. We actually have one of the videos that you saw, Endosymbiosis, is in post-production. It's taken us a while to get there because of some changes, but we do have it in the works and hope to release that certainly in the fall of this year. We're well underway on that. So we want to thank you guys for that. We have one last video to show you, but before we do, I just want to thank all of you who are patrons or have contributed to the studio. I think you all know that we are a not-for-profit. We don't charge anyone to come into the studio. We have some nominal charges if you would like to film a fan film. And certainly when things level out in the world, we would love for you to come and film and see the studio and walk through the ship. And I do call it a ship because that's pretty much what it is. I do also want to let you know that with luck, we're going to have another Halloween party at the studio at the end of October. It may be a little bit different. It may have to be by invitation only, or I guess that's the best way to say it, because we don't want to flood the studio, but we would like to get as many people who can make it to come to the studio and be a part of it with us, and get the walkthrough and sit in the captain's chair and all of that stuff that makes this just a wonderful place. So keep an eye on our calendar for that. It's actually on our calendar, but we just have to work out some details, and we want to be able to bring you to the studio.
Hey, Ray, may I interject something?
Absolutely, Dan.
For those of you who are eagle-eyed enough, you may have obviously seen Nichelle Nichols in some of that video there, and that's when she came to do a mini documentary. But there was one shot of the famous Stan Lee, and Stan Lee graciously agreed to be an admiral in a Starship Farragut episode where he shot it from home with the tunic. And so we've had some amazing people on set, and that includes all of the volunteers, all of the actors on every level, and then to have Lou Ferrigno, to have Hugh himself, Doctor Who #6, and some of the people you saw in that video walking on set. They're all fantastic.
Thank you, Dan. You're 100% right. And the studio, for those of you who may not know, the studio has been in existence for 11 years. And it started as a smaller studio for Starship Farragut in St. Mary's, which is right down the road from Kingsland. Vic came on board and wanted to build it out and had this dream to make a Star Trek sequel, the last 2 years of the 5-year mission, which he accomplished wonderfully. And we wanted to be there a lot longer, and we'd love to keep it where it is. So whatever you can do for us, even if that's to get the word out to people, we would appreciate it. We know these are trying times, but we would love for you to get the word out. So with that, let's have our conclusion. For those of you who have not had the opportunity to walk through the studio, we have a walkthrough, and we would like you to see what it would look like if you were to be on set. So Ashley, if you would play that video, and with that, I think we're out. Thank you very much for being with us.